Okay, I'll start, Narad sir.
Yes.
The events that shape the appearance of our lives are a cipher of subliminal quiverings, which rarely we surprise or vaguely feel, are an outcome of suppressed realities that hardly rise into material day. They are born from the spirit's sun of hidden powers digging a tunnel through emergency.
Yes, that extraordinary line.
Yeah,
So we'll go now to the beginning of it um,
sure.
and see where we are here. Events. There's so many things here that we have to look at. These events that shape the appearance of our lives.
Mhm.
Notice that Sri Aurobindo does not say that they shape our lives. They only
Mm.
shape the appearance of our lives.
Mhm.
Because our lives are far beyond this first stage of body, life, and mind.
Mm.
Our consciousness is divine,
Mm.
and we are divine. Only we've hidden ourselves behind these veils. So the events that shape the appearance of our lives are a cipher. A cipher is now maybe a zero, we could say. They're a
Mhm.
zero, or they're
A code, right?
a code. We could use it. Say it's a
Mhm.
code also
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
subliminal quiverings. Now, subliminal is interesting because Sri Aurobindo tells us about it in a letter in his letters on yoga. Now, Life Divine, of course, he speaks of the subliminal also, but briefly. So I'd like to read those two. The,
Okay.
uh, the subliminal is a consciousness larger than our surface existence. A consciousness larger than our surface existence.
Mhm.
Now, he says in this letter, subliminal is a general term used for all parts of the being which are not on the waking surface. So they're
Okay.
behind the waking surface.
Okay.
And then, because usually in the West they use the word subconscious,
Mhm.
subconscious.
Mhm.
So um, I want to go ahead to just a little bit from the Life Divine, where he
Okay.
says that we might say then that there are three elements in the totality of our being. Interesting. There is the submental and the subconscious, which appear to us as if it were inconscient, comprising the material basis and a good part of our life and body. There is the subliminal, which comprises the inner being.
Okay.
That is the inner mind, the inner life, the inner physical, with the soul or psychic entity supporting them.
Okay.
Wow. See, so interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
those two lines open up so much for us.
Yeah.
Now,
So, Narad sir, if you don't mind, can you repeat that one more time? Subliminal comprises of inner mind, and then there are two other things that you mentioned. Inner.
yes, yes. Um, let's see, the subliminal, the inner being,
Uh huh.
and he says the let me see. No, I had two or three of those here. The inner life and the inner
Mm-hmm.
physical. So you
Okay.
see, basically, it's physical, life, and mind, which are
Mm-hmm.
I think we call them the three gunas, huh?
Right.
The
Right.
uh, the um, the
Sattva, Raja,
body,
and Tam. Uh huh.
yeah, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
body,
Mm-hmm.
which is matter,
Mm-hmm.
the vital, which is force or life, and the
Mm-hmm.
mind.
Right.
So, but the subliminal has to do with that inner aspect,
Okay.
with the
Absolutely.
soul or psychic entity supporting those three things.
Uh-huh. Got it. Okay.
Good, very
This
good.
is clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
now,
also reading Life Divine, so I'll find the context there. Thank you,
ah,
Narad sir.
very good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the third, now we only did two lines so far. So,
Okay.
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 Which rarely we surprise or
Uh-huh.
vaguely feel. Now, that's an interesting way of using the word surprise. We would
Hmm.
say, which rarely surprises us.
Hmm.
But he
Hmm.
says, but which rarely we surprise.
Hmm.
Now, we surprise in this context means to encounter suddenly or
Hmm. Hmm.
unexpectedly.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So we have to be so attentive to Sri Aurobindo's word formations because they
Right.
mean so much, which rarely we surprise or vaguely feel. So all of
Hmm.
these things we don't feel very often. We don't
Yeah.
feel the inner mind and life and body, and we don't even feel the subliminal most of the time. We live on the surface,
Mm-hmm.
and we're also very well aware of it the moment
Hmm.
we enter this yoga.
Right.
Yeah. If we didn't enter this yoga, then there would only be moments of stress, let's say illness, disease, death, that would shake us or
Mm-hmm.
that would impact us. But
Mm-hmm.
but no, we know it every day as we look at our life and our families and our work and all. So, which rarely we surprise or vaguely feel, are an outcome of suppressed realities. So these things are an outcome of these realities that have been suppressed. In other words, repressed or subdued or inhibited.
Okay.
Now, that hardly rise into material day. Well,
Mm.
that's what I just was saying, basically. Huh?
Yes.
They
Mm-hmm.
hardly rise, yeah. And then we have a colon there because Sri Aurobindo is not finished. He has two more lines for us to understand this passage. They are born from the Spirit's Sun of hidden powers. Wow. So, digging a tunnel through emergency. Now, I always love that last line, digging
Mm-hmm.
a tunnel through emergency, because only in emergency can we understand these things a little bit.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
why don't you read those lines again from the beginning, and we'll get the feeling of it. It's only
Sure.
6 or 8 lines.
Yep. The events that shape the appearance of our lives are a cipher of subliminal quiverings, which rarely we surprise or vaguely feel, are an outcome of suppressed realities that hardly rise into material day. They are born from the spirit's sun of hidden powers, digging a tunnel through emergency.
Yeah, I wanted you to do it again because I did catch something. It's not events. It's
Uh-huh.
event. It's events.
Events. Okay.
The events that shape the appearance of our lives. Events.
Events. Okay. Events. So
Yeah,
emphasis on V.
second syllable. Yes.
Right. Right.
Events.
Events. Okay.
Very good. Okay, so now
Okay.
we can just a second, and then we can carry on. So let me see if I get here Um,
Okay, I'll
I
continue
think,
then.
yes, please.
Okay. But who shall pierce into the cryptic gulf and learn what deep necessity of the soul, determined casual deed and consequence, absorbed in a routine of daily acts, our eyes are fixed on an external scene. We hear the crash of the wheels of circumstance and wonder at the hidden cause of things.
Yeah, good. Circumstance.
Circumstance. Okay.
Yes, but
Circumstance.
the accent is on the first syllable. Circumstance.
Circumstance. Okay.
There you go. Good.
Okay.
Now, this is it's very important. So, cryptic you also didn't have right. Cryptic,
Okay.
cryptic, crypt,
Cryptic.
cryptic.
Mhm.
Yes, very good.
Cryptic. Okay. Cryptic.
But who shall pierce into the cryptic gulf? This cryptic gulf, this secret gulf, this occult gulf,
Okay.
mysterious, puzzling gulf, and learn what deep necessity of the soul determined casual deed and consequence. We have to find out what is behind our actions.
Hmm.
What has determined our casual deed every day and the consequence of that casual deed? Whoa.
Wow.
You see, in a couple of lines, Sri Aurobindo takes us so deep.
Oof.
Yeah. Did you went on a little bit or absorbed?
Yes, yes,
Um,
absolutely. I
yeah.
I sometimes keep thinking, every day that work that I do at work at office, how is it like fitting into the big picture of why I am here, what my purpose is. So this is really deep.
Yes, yes. And it's very important because
Mm,
um, the best thing you can always do at the office
mhm.
is love people and give peace to everyone
Okay.
in addition to your main work. But
Ah,
that's really your main work
okay.
is to have within yourself such a deep peace. Did I tell you the story of Basu? Uh,
No.
he was with a group of people. He was teaching a group of people. Um, I think it was maybe Varanasi, but
Uh-huh.
it was on the Ganges, and so he's talking to this group of people, and suddenly this peace descends on everyone, including himself. And he
Okay.
looks up and he sees that a Tibetan monk was
Uh-huh.
walking by, and that Tibetan monk had such peace in him that it went to each person there. They felt
Wow.
they lived in that peace. A Tibetan
Wow.
monk, just an ordinary Tibetan monk, he never looked at them or anything. He just softly walked by, and the peace.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we felt when we met Mother. Always felt
Mm.
met Mother.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
It's very powerful. Yeah, I'll
yeah,
remember this for life. Yeah.
good, very good.
Yeah.
And learn what deep necessity of the soul determined casual deed and consequence. Absorbed in a routine of daily acts. Well, there we are. We're absorbed in a routine of daily acts. Our eyes are fixed on an external scene. We hear the crash of the wheels of circumstance. Yeah, we hear the wheels of circumstance. Very interesting because um, Sri Aurobindo tells us in this little book, Essays Divine and Human,
Mm-hmm.
that the infinite pauses always in the finite. The
Mm.
infinite pauses always in the finite. The finite arrives always in the infinite. This is the wheel that circles forever through time and eternity.
Okay.
And that's the wheel that the black people sing about. I told you
Mm-hmm.
that story?
Yes, yes, yes.
I
Yeah.
did. So that's
Mm.
the wheel we're talking about, the wheels of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so to continue there, I have to go down a little bit here. There's quite a bit here.
Okay.
Um, Circumstance, of course, is a condition or
Mm-hmm.
a detail that attends an event or has a bearing on an event. So these things, maybe you have an event in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a serious problem. Maybe it's a minor thing. Maybe it's a
Mm-hmm.
happy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the wheels of circumstance are always turning. And we
Mm.
have to set ourselves above those wheels, ab-
Okay.
above fate and above the daily trials and tribulations of humanity. And
Okay.
wonder at the hidden cause of things.
Mm.
So he puts this question into us that we have to wonder at this hidden cause of things. We don't know what these wheels of circumstance are doing.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's going to tell us something very different, and that's
Okay.
going to start again now.
Okay. I'll continue.
Yes, please.
Y- Yet a foreseeing knowledge might be ours if we could take our spirit's stand within, if we could hear the muffled demon voice. Okay, there's a full stop there.
Yeah. So um, to begin with, uh, this foreseeing knowledge, this knowledge that is, how do we call it, pre, uh, precognitive knowledge, a knowledge that's aware of what's going to happen.
Okay.
That's it. See, a foreseeing knowledge. It
Mm-hmm.
might it might even be ours, he says. And then but then he puts a little proviso in there. He says, if we could take our spirit stand within, ah, if we could hear the muffled daemon voice. Now the daemon, uh, don't want to pronounce a demon because
Mm-hmm.
that's an evil thing. It's a daemon, daemon,
Mm-hmm.
and the daemon is a guardian spirit.
Okay.
It's almost a demigod.
Okay.
So we've got that down now. A foreseeing knowledge could be ours if we could hear that, if we could take our spirit stand within. It's very, very important. Very important.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go to um,
Yeah.
the next
Next.
page. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to see what Sri Aurobindo is going to tell us because this is continuing on with this
Mm-hmm.
feeling of this understanding of not knowing what's going to happen to us.
Right. Right.
So,
Yep.
so, so continue, please.
Sure. Too seldom is the shadow of what must come cast in an instant on the secret sense, which feels the shock of the invisible, and seldom in the few who answer give the mighty process of the cosmic will communicates its image to our sight, identifying the world's mind with ours.
Okay, we got some things to go through. Um,
Okay.
communicates, com-
Communicates.
communicates. Yes, very important.
Communicates. Okay.
Communicates. Yes. So too seldom is the shadow, even the shadow of what must come, cast in an instant on the secret sense. The secret sense is our psychic being. That would know, that would know the shadow of what must come. Because it's a foreknowledge. That's the word I was looking for earlier.
Hmm.
A
Okay.
foreknowledge. Too seldom is the shadow of what must come cast. I would say not cast, but cast.
Cast. Okay.
Yeah, that's better British English.
Okay.
Cast in an instant on the secret sense, which feels the shock of the invisible. But then he says somewhat a bit poignant, and seldom in the few who give an answer, in the few who answer give. The mighty process of the cosmic will communicates its image to our sight, identifying the world's mind with ours. Uh, I have to talk to you a bit about the cosmic will, and uh, then you can read it,
Okay.
um, the whole thing today. So, because I only really have 2 minutes. Or the
Sure.
cosmic will is not to our ordinary consciousness something that acts as an independent power, doing whatever it chooses. It works through all these beings, through the forces that play in the world and the law of these forces and their results. It is
Events that shape the appearance of our lives are a cipher of subliminal quiverings, which rarely
quivering.
waverings, okay, waverings, which rarely we surprise or vaguely feel, are an outcome of suppressed realities that hardly rise into material day. They are born from the spirit's sun of hidden powers digging a tunnel through emergency. But who shall pierce into the cryptic gulf and learn what deep necessity of the soul determine casual deed and consequence, absorbed in a routine of daily acts? Our eyes are fixed on an external scene. We hear the crash of the wheels of circumstance and wonder at the hidden cause of things. Yet a foreseeing knowledge might be ours if we could take our spirits stand within, if we could hear the muffled daemon voice. Too seldom is the shadow of what must come cast in an instant on the secret sense which feels the shock of the invisible, and seldom in the few who answer give the mighty process of the cosmic will communicates its image to our sight, identifying the world's mind with ours. Okay, I'll work on it. I'll watch the recording again, Narad sir, and improvise on the pronunciations. But I got the meaning. Very deep. Thank you so much, Narad sir. Namaste.